Okay, so welcome back. So today we're going to be working on creating an head from a sphere. So the general idea behind this is just to show you guys how you can create an head step by step by creating the basic structure of the head and creating some head planes for the head. So I'm going to be using this reference guide. So it's more or less like a sketchbook, but it will work just fine to kind of illustrate what we're trying to do in here in a sculpted or 3D form. So I'm going to use this as a reference. So the first step is going to be to bring in a sphere in here. So I'm going to append this sphere. I'm going to append this 3D sphere. Let me hide. Okay, select it for now. So it's just going to be the same, almost like the same repetitive process we did for the skull also, but with more fleshiness on top of it. So holding Control Shift, I'm going to go to the brush. I'm going to use the clip curve. They want kind of slice out. So making sure symmetry is turned on. Kind of slice out somewhere around here. Somewhere around here should be fine. Let me just show you guys the process again. Let's see if we can find something more or less like this. Let me just create some more space in here and show you guys the major blockouts, at least from a sphere. So kind of putting this guide like so. It should be that's the front view. So now I'll go to the side view. Then I'm going to use the max rec. So more or less around here, more or less like the center of the shape. Max this side out, invert the max. I can use the move to kind of push this out just to get this to feel a bit more accurate. Maybe scratch this down like so. Okay, so around there should be fine. Yeah, this should work. Maybe just scale this in a bit more like so. Okay, then I'll go out of the maxing. So this front facing angle now, more or less from the top view like so, we will just use the move tool and push this in. Something like so should be fine. So this stuff I'm actually creating here, let me show you what I'm doing so you guys don't get confused. This stuff I'm actually creating in here now is what we have around here. You can see it here also. So you can see how this, let me just zoom in so get a better view on this. So I kind of tilt this to the side just to show you guys more or less how it is from the side, somewhat like this. So you can see right off the bat already have a line around here. That's kind of giving us a clear idea of where this line should be, which is completely fine. Then we have this around here. Obviously this part needs kind of smooth out, just like we have this around here also. So that's completely fine. So moving on with this, so whilst I'm here, I'm going to dynamize this later on, but let's just kind of use this as a good guide, kind of block things out first before adding dynamics on it. So now I need to kind of make sure this part is a bit more. Let me just place this like so. This frontal part rather like so. This one should come down like so, a bit more like this. So around there should be fine. Then from the side view, all we have to do is just to smooth this out. So we have to kind of more or less have a better transition around it. Then with the move tool, I'll push this side outward even more like so. I don't want to push it down too much though. Maybe it's even way too much. I need to push this one backwards a bit more. Because one cannot maintain good proportions for the head. Something like this. Then let's push this guy out like so. Okay. Something like this should work just fine. Let me just move this back down a bit more. So I have something somewhat like so. Then what I'm going to do is go to the train dynamic brush and kind of block out these parts. Something like this should be fine. You can see the transition around here. Okay, something like that looks like a good base. Then I think we're more or less done with this. We're more or less done with this for now. Yeah, I'm more or less done with everything now. So this is already in a good place already. If I show you guys another reference, this is another reference for it. This is more or less what we're trying to recreate here. Though this one is more smoothed out, but you can more or less see the transition around. Maybe I can just smooth this back down a bit more like so. More or less see the transition around it. Let me just use the same angle. So with an angle like this, you can see the transition a bit better. So something like this is fine. So moving on away from this, back to this side, back to this, we can start kind of blocking out where the planes of the head should be. Once we block out where the planes of the head should be, then we can now go in and begin to add some of all this detail in there. So since I already have this out here for free, it feels more angled down, so I need to kind of push this. You can see this part is a bit more angled down. I need to kind of push this. So yeah, somewhere somewhat like so should be fine. Around here should be fine. Okay. So I need to kind of mark out a landmark for this in here. With the same standard brush, I just mark out a landmark for this. This is more or less where our ears is going to be. Around here. Okay. So that out of the way. Now we have more or less the head is proportioned that is a bit right, more or less. So let's keep working on this. We already have this line, this planar line here, it's already there for free. So you can more or less kind of accentuate that. So I'm using the damn standard brush now, just kind of carve this, kind of make this feel a bit sharper. Let me check this from the side. Maybe it's way too much though. Yeah, something like that should be fine. So now that we have this guy, now that we have this in there now, what else can we do? Now remember when we were sculpting this skull, so let's go back to the skull structure. Maybe we can reuse this one since it's more or less close enough to what we want it for. So you can see like a landmark around here, this cheekbone. You can see this landmark around here. You can see how it goes all the way to the back, around where the ear should be. So let's use most of these are not really facing straight on. But that's fine. So we need to kind of create this landmark around here. This landmark around here needs to be created. I can see I can more or less okay, let me see, no, I have a better idea. For this. Let me just kind of let me kind of take a screenshot of this and kind of show you guys the planes of this properly. So something like this should be fine. Okay, so yeah, something like this. So arrange like so. So if we let's kind of extract the planes of these head planes that we can see in this reference image from this call. So now we have something like this now. So we have think here this will be a better view. This is a better view. So we more or less have something that goes like this all the way to the back. Like so. So we have one plane in here now. Then we have another plane. Let me just do better drawing for this. So we have another plane that goes like so. Okay, a bit more angle like this. Then all the way back like so. Then we should have something that goes across that connects to the jawline around here. Like so. In here also we have something more or less like this. Then from this place also we can connect this all the way down here. Then we have something like this. Then we have like this jaw line that connects to this. Then we have something that connects all the way here also, up like so. Now this part is not too visible though, so that part may not be as straight as I want it to be. Maybe probably I should also erase this. Then just do something else. Mark this out first, then just go like a straight line around here. This is like another planar change now. Let's kind of take account of. Then something like this also. But this plane around here should kind of, let me erase this. The plane around here should kind of go like an oval shape like so for connecting to this. So we kind of block out this plane. We have another plane around here too. So we have like we have some more depth around here. Let me just block this out. So we have something like this. Let me erase that. It's not straight enough. Let me just something like this. Then we have some kind of depth in here. That same depth we have on the other side also. Now this is not, my drawing is not so great. Then probably where the here, this is more or less like what you're trying to do, kind of blocking out the planes of this head, at least in a more simplified, simplified manner. So with that out of the way, let's go back in here and try to recreate that. So you have the front view. We already have something somewhat close to it already in here. But this particular part, this is the plane. This is the actual plane there. This plane we have in here. This is the plane here. But we need to kind of fix that a bit more. We need to make it feel. We need to kind of push it down a bit more. So I'm using the move brush and just try to angle it down here. Something somewhat like so. Maybe find this a bit more and push it closer. Okay. Something somewhat like so. Then we already have where the jawline should be already. So if you kind of take Q from, from the score we created for the jawline, let's say for a male score for this, we kind of take Q from this. So we already know that this part should be a bit tilted upwards, and this one should kind of come down a bit more. So more or less like moving through the planes of the head and the skull structure also for this. So let me just push this upwards a bit more like so. Obviously this backside needs to come out a bit more. Something like this. Then we can tilt this down and a bit forward like so. Okay, so but we're still going to be sticking with sharp angles for now. So now that is more or less out of the way. Just trying to make sure this transition is fine. We just move this out a bit more. Okay, that's fine. So now that that's out of the way, now let's go back. Let's go back in here. So we want to kind of follow this like precisely as possible, but still kind of explaining some of the features of the skull, why we go. So we need to kind of create like a depth around here. So it'll be like a depth around here. So it's supposed to be like a depth around the inner part of the head. I have another reference image that kind of explains that a bit more. Maybe not precisely, but at least close enough. Something somewhat like so from this angle, somewhat like so from this angle. Maybe while slower one here we can, but I think I'm going to be needing more subdivision level for this. Like I need to even dynamize this now so I can get this to work properly. But this guide in here gives you a clear idea of what you should do step by step and get a good base mark for sculpting other types of human head. So let me see if I can still work with this on this subdivision level. Let me just see. Let's see. So I'm going to use the max lasso, I believe, yes. So where you have where that plane should be already. So let me just mark out. Doesn't even seem to be marking anything. It won't do much, it won't do much. We need more subdivision level for this. Let me just shrink this back down. This is just way too big. Okay. So I'm going to go to geometry and dynamesh. I don't think, let's put this around 50. 50 should be fine for this. Okay, it's changed to 48, but that's fine. So let's dynamesh this. So with this being dynamesh, let's see what we have. Probably might even need more. Okay. Okay, 12K should be fine. So let's kind of smooth this back down a bit more. Maybe while we're here, we can just create this plane around there also. So with the then standard brush, I will just create something that goes across like this. Okay. I'll just move this back down. Shouldn't be that intense. I will invert the selection. No, I need to kind of pay attention to something in here now. I need to pay attention to, maybe I shouldn't block that out. Let me just block this out. This sharp angle, so let me block this out. Something like this. So I know where maxing out with the correct angle to it. Okay. Now invert that selection. Then I'll use my clay builder brush and just dig this in. But I'm digging this in, but I'm trying to keep in mind the transition around there. Something like this should be fine. Maybe that's way too deep though, but I think it should be fine. So let me just kind of smooth this down, kind of blend this back down, kind of have a better transition around there. Okay, yeah, this should be fine. So the them standard brush also probably going to accentuate what you already have in here. Some of these lines we're going to be eliminating them later on, but just to have them in there as a guide. Let me smooth this out. It's going to be that sharp. This should go up a bit more, like so. So there's another transition, there's another plane in here. Though it's not too obvious though, but there's another plane in here around where that transition kind of starts, probably around here, like so. So now smooth this back down. Okay. Well, I know for now it looks like a mechanical head, but once you start adding more of the flesh on top of this, it should begin to make more sense. Then for where the cheekbone should be, let me just zoom in. Where the cheekbone should be, you can see another plane now change around there also. So the then standard brush, let me just use that same side view. Then standard brush, you can just lock this in. That part goes all the way like so. You can get a better transition to it like this. Okay, something like this. Now smooth this back down. Just making sure if all the planar changes are already in there before moving on. Okay, I think we're more or less there. Put the planar change also in here. Then whilst we're here also, let me just do a block out for where the ear should be. So the ear should be somewhere around here. Something like so. Let me kind of show you guys so we're kind of be on the same page. Let's see. So yeah, this should work just fine. You can see if you kind of use this as a guide where the eye should be, like where this parts. Let me kind of make it more obvious. Something like this, where this part should be. So if I kind of draw a straight line all the way to the back, that's where we should kind of have the top of the ear. So we give me clear idea that I actually did this in the wrong place. So let's kind of fix this up and do it at the right place. Somewhere around here should be fine. That's why you need reference to kind of guide you so you don't stray off from the structure you're trying to create. Just want to push this out a bit more so it feels more like a ear. Let me use the clay builder brush instead and block something in like so. Doesn't need to be very precise for now. We just need to have something in there. Okay, so that should be fine. Probably smooth this out also. So now that we have this in here now, we can, I'm guessing this jaw line is way too down, maybe push, kind of raise it up like so. Okay. So now that we're in here, we can kind of start blocking out where the nose should be. But going back to our other reference image here, you can see the fellow is kind of blocking out to where the nose should be. But we still have another planar change around here. So let's kind of create some more planar changes for this for the top part of the head. So the temp standard brush, we have something that goes across like so, something like this. Okay, something around here also. Just like we did also for the score structure, we modeled in the last lesson. So more for you, if you familiar with some of the structures we're creating now, because we did the same thing also when we're creating the score. We have some of the structures for the score. So now for the nose, so let's kind of block out the nose. The same way we kind of block that nose when we are modeling, when we're creating the nose for our model. So something somewhere. This is more or less like a Caucasian nose. So a bit more here. Okay. So you always want to be careful with the proportion of the nose. You don't want to kind of overdo it, because if you overdo it, it's not begins to feel a bit weird, just like I just did now, just like an overkill. So something around here should be just fine. Something like this should be just fine, at least for the base of the nose. Some of these we need to flesh out. So whilst we're here also, there's something definitely separate around here. Let me show you guys from this core structure so you guys can actually see it, because it's not so obvious in here, it's not very obvious in here, it's not very obvious in here. But it's more obvious on this core structure. This in here, this depth in here, this depth in here. Let's kind of create this depth in here on our model. But we're going to do that with the this reference image also in mind. Let me put this to the side. So there should be some kind of depth around here. And these cheekbones will kind of come out a bit more. So we can use the clay builder brush and kind of block this out all the way back to the ear. Something like so. Or maybe not like this actually. But we'll just move this back down. Something like this. Then we're going to add like a, let's see, where the depth and go? Yes. That's a pretty tight to you guys earlier. No. Something like this. Then smooth that out. Shouldn't be that aggressive. Something like this now. For this part, we need to kind of block out this part out. So I'm going to use the clay builder brush to kind of fill this part up a bit more and smooth it down. So we have a better or smoother transition around it. Then we're gonna fix up where the lip should be, like so. Keeping in mind that transition like we talked about, like creating the lips. Then smooth this back down. The nose still feels a bit more. The lip sync is a bit more work though. So I'm going to use the move tool and kind of fix the nose up a bit more. And add that depth in there. And do a dynamash for this to get more topology for this. Just push this inwards a bit more. Let me use the clay brush to kind of dig this out even more. Like so. Then with them standard brush, just like we did for creating the nose, I'll just have something out around here that goes across like this. You move to just put this in place. Then let's kind of fix something for the eyes. While trying, let's smooth this out also. It shouldn't be that sharp. At least since we're kind of blocking things out now, that part shouldn't be that sharp. Then this jawline should also go backwards a bit more. To push this inwards a bit more. This so like so. And just move that out. So kind of softening out the major point for this now. So now to carry on from this, we can now kind of fix the eyeball. This was still in Blockout stage, but so far at least we have like the general proportions and silhouettes in there. Maybe this thing still feels a bit too high. Probably need to increase this down a bit more. I mean upwards a bit more, like so. So now I'm going to create a I'm going to use the what's it called? Maybe before doing that, let's kind of block something in here. Let's move this back down. Then remember that separator value in the on this call. You can just fix something in there as placeholder for this. Okay. So now let's kind of add where the eyeball should be. So I'm going to use the IMM brush and just plug in a sphere in there. So I'm trying to keep this as low as possible. At least for now. Let's keep this as low as possible for now. Let's move this out. Before adding more, because I'm going to get this general silhouette of the shape in there before adding more subdivision. Before adding more subdivision level to this. So let's kind of create where the eyeball should be. It should be like a good guide for the eyeball. like so. Obviously need to push this inward a bit more. Somewhere around here should be fine, I guess. Scale this out a bit more. Okay, and push this inwards. So we're going to create our eye now around. So let me just split this out. Let me split this out. Split on marks. Okay. So back to this guy. Okay, so back to this guy. I'm going to say I will need to push this eyeball inwards a bit more. Inwards and down like so. So now I'm kind of block out the eye on top of this. So using the maybe what I can actually do here is to just to give me more room. I'm going to let me just center this like so. I'm going to max out this part like so. Then give it a different poly group. So I can just isolate this and then work specifically on it. So this kind of block out where the eye should be, the eyelid should be. Probably will need more. Probably will need more subdivision for this. So let's dynamize this again. Okay. Use the depth standard brush. I'm kind of need to add some more depth around here. Need to add more depth around here. So with the clay builder brush, I'll check this from this angle. Maybe I think with the move brush do just a better job. Just place this inwards and try to get this to look more rounded from the top view. And push this inwards like so. This part should come like this, obviously. This one should go like this. Okay. This is a good blockout already. Maybe this one is a bit far out. I'll just push this in like so. So I think we actually need more topology for this, but before we do that, let's kind of carve out where the lip should be. Kind of carve out where that lip should be. So obviously we're going to be needing the other reference image for the lips, just to capture that a bit more properly. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that, let me just show you guys before doing that. I think you should be, let me look for that reference image for it. Yeah, I think this is it now. So the lip should be, let me see if I can mark this out. Let me use the pen, max pen. Okay, no, but that's still just the standard brush. The lip should be kind of ending around this side. Just, I don't know if you can see, let me see if you can zoom into this reference image a bit more. So you guys can see. You can see this line, this grid line indicating where the lip should kind of stop. Stopping around where this eyelid is also, the side of the eye is, which is more or less where we kind of have it also. You can see if you move up the straight line, it's more or less around there. So that's a good guide. So that would be a good guide for us. That'll be a good guide for us. So let me just go back to the lips for this. So using these lips as a guide also, like we did. So with the them standard brush, we just carve out. Let me just carve out something like so. We obviously need more polygons to work with, but we more or less have something in there now. So let me just dynamize this again. Like it's not very defined because we obviously need more topology for this, but let me just hold in pause and just block something out like so. At least we have something more or less there in there now. Not completely there though, but there's something around there already. And I just block out something like this and just smooth that out. Just more the proportions are a bit out of place, but it's we're more or less there. So I'm going to stop this video now. So in the next lesson, we're just going to keep working on this until we kind of get out a proper or a close enough human like head out of this. I'll see you guys in the next lesson.